How we doing? How we doing? If you jumped on, please do me that favor and comment. Comment. Please let me know how you doing. If you want to come to this, the after hours right now. A little late stream. So let me pull up something real quick. How we doing? If you just jumped on, do me that favor and comment. Let me know you're here. Do me that favor. Comment below. Let me know. So we got Joe. How we doing, McDouble? McDouble, where you from? If you just jumped on, please comment. Let me know you're here, and also hit the like button. It helps me with the YouTube algorithm. So definitely go ahead and do that. Hit that like button and comment. Let me know where you're from, where you're talking to me from. So definitely do that. St. Louis, yes. And if you guys want to come chat with me for a second, the link is right there, right on the screen. That's where you can go to Zoom and you can chat with me for a few seconds. If you want to chat about hitting, some baseball stories, anything, just let me know. We got 3 people on. St. Louis, Missouri in the house. St. Louis always has a special place in my heart because I made my MLB debut with the St. Louis Cardinals. So I'm pumped when I hear people from St. Louis. It's pretty cool. So how many people, who else do we have on here? If you just jumped on, definitely do me a favor and hit that like button, and also subscribe to the channel if you're new here. And if you're not new here, I appreciate you. Thanks for joining in. And if you want to say hello, come over to the chat over here on Zoom and come chat with me. So let's talk about a few things, okay? So what we're going to do is Joe Kramer, one of the followers here. He Philip, how's it going? I appreciate you. Appreciate you. Thanks for jumping on. How are you doing? But Philip, he basically wanted to he wanted me to check over his swing, and I think we're going to do that today. We're going to look up and check him out for a second, and might even do like a better breakdown for him. I'm doing great, man. It's Saturday night. It's a late one. It's after hours, and I just finished with the game, and I'm coaching like a local league here, and it's getting ready for it's basically the high schools getting ready for their season, and it was cool to be with the guys and help them out as they're getting ready for their season. Philip says, "Oh, sorry, I haven't filmed my swing recently. I've been correcting my shoulder dip though." Awesome. Keep doing your thing, man. Keep doing your thing. McDouble says, "If I send you my swing, will you break it down for me?" If I have time, I definitely will. But send it to me at official Jermaine Curtis at gmail.com. So send that to me right there, official Jermaine Curtis at gmail.com. I can't guarantee that I can get it out like ASAP, but I can definitely try to get it out soon and, give you my thoughts on what you should do. How old are you? Actually, come over here real quick and chat with me for a second, okay? Come over to Zoom. This link right here is at the top of the chat. So go ahead to that account, come over here to Zoom and just say hi for a second. I want to talk to you, and then we can get on the same page. Could you do a breakdown of Acuna's swing? It's so smooth, and he produced so much power for someone who is on the smaller size by power hitting standards. Yes. My plan is to start doing more swing breakdowns of the MLB guys, and but those things take forever to edit. Those things take forever to edit, but I'm planning on doing it. I just haven't done it. I haven't done it in a while. The last one I did was Fernando Tatis Jr., and it's doing well right now. It probably has 6,000 to 8,000 views, I believe. That could be wrong, but actually, I'm curious. How many views does that have? Fernando Tatis Jr. It has 7,000 views, so I wasn't too far off. Has 7,000 views, and yeah, it's growing. That one's going to be one of those ones that live on for forever. It's going to have 30, 40,000 views in a few years from now. But I want to get back to doing those. It's just they take so long to edit. I could do Acuna. I could do a few more as well. Those things, I'm going to do more of those though. Or I'm going to do maybe like a piece of it where I take maybe a few points from those and then make those into a video. Because like I said, those videos take forever to make, especially the editing. I edit. I love editing it. So I do a lot in the edits when I make those, and it just takes a lot. Philip says, "Yeah, I love your swing breakdowns because you also give drills." Yeah. So that's basically what I'm planning on doing. I'm planning on making more swing breakdowns. Well, technically not swing breakdowns, but like, let's say I was talking about power, hitting for power. Well, then what I could do is take clips from, let's say, Mookie Betts and explain how to hit for power, and also give the drills to hit for power. So to explain my point, I would use like a Mookie Betts or a Acuna or something like that. So those are going to be smaller videos and won't be so much editing inside the video. So I want to do that, but then at the same time, I need to do more. I need to get back to my roots and do more swing breakdowns. But I appreciate the feedback. Yeah, give me more feedback. What else do you like about the swing breakdowns? Rondon is a good one to do. Yeah, he's good, man. Simple swing. He can do those over and over and over. Like, he can repeat his swing because there's not much going on, and you need a swing that you can reproduce, Giovanni says, "Can we send you a video of our swings and you'll break it down?" I definitely, I'll try to do it. I just have so many people that I have to do. Now people are reaching out to me, wanting me to break down their swings. And it's getting out of hand. But I definitely will help the best I can. So yeah. Yeah, Corey Seager is a great one as well. I like him. I play with his brother. He was on my Cape Cod team, so I got to see them. I got to see Lil Seeger. I got to see Corey when he was young. When we were on the same, like I said, we were on the same Cape Cod team. Him and his brother and I, or his brother and I, and then yeah, it's pretty interesting to see him now ball out. Try to swing like Rendon. Okay, thanks. Nice, Kyle. Yeah, Kyle Seeger. Yeah, I just called him Seeger. We all just called each other by our last names because it was a Cape Cod league, and we all just all you could see is people's last names. So we had Dykstra. He was with what team did he play for? What college? Wake Forest. He played for Wake Forest. I was at UCLA. Seeger was the second baseman. Shortstop. Who do we have at shortstop? We had someone from, I think, UNC as well from shortstop. So what's going on, Timothy Johnson? How you doing? McDouble says, got to go pretty soon. I got to go pretty soon. You're a GOAT, Jermaine, and your videos help me. Let me know how they help you. Can you comment below and let me know how they help you and which videos you like the most? I'm trying to get more of a feedback, and I appreciate you joining. I try to do this every Saturday to build this community and help you guys. So sorry it's so late, but definitely comment below and let me know what you like from my videos. Which ones do you like? Do you like the mindset ones? Do you like the hitting? Do you like the swing breakdowns? Which ones do you like? Or I guess what I'm saying, if you had to share a video, which video would you share? That's the question. Timothy Johnson, what's going on? Red Sox are great. I remember on some other live stream you said that someone creates your workouts. Could he or she create a workout for baseball players? Yeah, I got several people that can definitely do that. And we could definitely try to do something like that. I'll talk to the people that I know to try to create one, and I'll try to bring some guy on that's a trainer. I could start bringing people on that I know that possibly could help you as well. I'm probably going to start doing like my own little show here soon, where it's going to be through Zoom or some kind of something like that. I'm trying to figure it all out, but I do want to do like a podcast and start bringing people on this show and start building. I think it's going to be pretty cool to do something like that. McDouble says the mental part of the game and the one that was about choosing to suck. Yeah, let me go before you guys get out of here. The mental part of the game. The higher you go up, it's just who is stronger mentally. This game is tough, man. You're not playing against the other team. You're playing against baseball. There's certain rules that happen. For example, when the count's 2-0, what are you going to get? You're more likely going to get a fastball. If the count's 3-1, you're more likely going to get a fastball. So you're playing against the game. The game is what's hard. You're just exchanging the players or the pitchers out there. That's basically what's going on with baseball. So you need the right mindset to keep yourself basically successful, because it's a tough game, man. It's a tough game. Like, you're going to fail more times than you succeed. But the person that can still be optimistic when things aren't going well, that's the person who's going to be successful. Just in this like local game that I just went to, it's a player on there. It's committed D1. I work with him, and he pitches as well. So he throws like 92, 93 pitching, and he's a lefty. So he's very dominant. Well, he was coming in to close the game, and he's on my team, and he was pitching for me. I'm like, all right, you're going to go pitch the last inning. And he's like, all right. And basically everybody was waiting to face him, and they're all like scared, and they're just like excited for the show. So he comes out there, and he's just adrenaline's pumping, and he's throwing, and he starts throwing high. He starts throwing low. He starts bouncing his fastball, and the game got away from him. Basically, mentally, he started getting, down on himself because he knew he should have been dominating, and he wasn't dominating. And so he basically put more pressure on himself to succeed, and he let it go. So basically what I'm saying is the mental game is super important to your success as a player. And some of you need to work on this. And some of you just need to, like I said in the video, you're choosing to suck. You really are. And I know that sounds weird, but some of you are just choosing to suck. Now, some of you need to work on your mechanics, but some have good mechanics. You've been doing this for a while and you're just accepting what you're getting. When are you going to stop accepting what's going on? When I was in AA, I was, not playing as much. And I just finally just said, I'm going to be the best player, even though I'm not playing that much. I just stopped accepting that role. And I was like, I'm going to fight for it. I'm going to continue to fight for everything. And next year, I was starting. They traded off a first rounder. So then I started, and then I just went off. And the next year, I went back to AA, and I could have been easily mad and upset about that. But I was like, no, I'm about to go out here and dominate and prove myself. And after that, I was in the big leagues a year later. So as far as things, like, I didn't give in. And if I want to go in more detail, I was batting in the 9 hole when I was in AAA right before going to the big leagues. And I just didn't give in. I was like, nah, I'm not going to be a 9-hole hitter. So you can choose to be successful in this game, but you have to choose it. You have to choose it, So that's basically what it comes down to. Timothy says, I'm great. I watched your Fernando Tatis breakdown video, and the other day I thought about it and said to myself, I own this at bat, and I'm going to crush this pitcher. And I hit my first high school home run. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. I'm so pumped right now. I'm so pumped. Congrats, man. Congrats, Timothy. Congrats. First homer. Your mindset, man. Your mindset. That's what it is. Your mindset. You went in and was like, man, I own this. I got it. You believed in yourself. And next thing you know, you dominated. That's how it goes, man. That's how it goes. You can control your fate. You chose not to suck. You chose to be great. And boom, that's how it goes, man. And he said, what's even more insane is that I have been struggling a lot in the games prior. Yeah, because you went in there with the right mindset. Yeah. The stuff I'm saying, I know it sounds weird sometimes, like, oh, you're talking about mindset so much, but it's like I said, the mechanics is like the Ferrari. It's a fast car. It will give you the success, but you need to learn how to drive the car to be successful. And that's what the mindset is. And so, yeah, I'm so pumped for you, Timothy. You have no idea how pumped for you. I want you to send me an email, like telling me the whole story. So I can you comment it under like another video? Actually, do both. Send me an email and comment it under another video. I'm gonna do a player of the week or comment of the week, and I'm gonna have yours be the comment. So that's pretty cool. Red Sox are great says swing breakdowns on some older baseball players, Babe Ruth, Mickey Mantle, Ted Williams. That'd be fun. That'd be really fun. And I'll get everybody basically, yeah, that would be fun. It'd be real fun. I might have to do that one. I know those will get a lot of views. Philip says, are coaches necessary for your success, whether it's family or someone you're paying or a team coach? I'm confused on what you mean. Are coaches necessary for your success, whether it's family or someone you're paying or a team coach? I mean, professionally, coaches really didn't help me, because if you don't know what you're doing, it's hard for you to make it to the big leagues. And even in college, like if I had to think about it, you either were ready to play D1 or you weren't. So I don't know. Coaches, I listen to my coaches and I work with my coaches, but when it comes to game time, you got to go out there and play. So is it necessary? I think coaches can definitely help you. And, I'm helping a lot of kids when I do lessons. I'm helping you guys with these videos. So as I think, yeah, there's definitely a place for coaches, but at the end of the day, you're going to be the one in the batter's box and you're going to choose your success. You're either going to want to do it and you're going to motivate yourself to get better, or you're not. And that's the part where you have to choose, not me. I can give you all the information in the world. And honestly, there is all the information out there. You got Barry Bonds videos, you got Justin Upton, you got Ken Griffey Jr., you got Mike Trout videos. They're all talking about their hitting. Joey Votto as well. You have Coach Justin, you have Coach Cal. Who else am I missing? You have so many guys out there giving information on how to be successful in baseball. And so you got all the information at your fingertips. Now, the only thing is, are you choosing to be successful? Do you want it bad enough? It's awesome. Mario says, I bought your book on Amazon and going to get it tomorrow. That's awesome. I appreciate you. Definitely do. Yeah, I really do. That's pretty cool. Thank you so much. I got a few of them right here. I got to ship those out right now. Actually, I'll ship them out Monday. Got a lot of these books. A lot of people ordered them, and I really appreciate you. Let me know how it goes, okay? Advice of fly balls over your head. You got to create angles. Your drop step matters. So you're here, and you got a drop step to create an angle to be inside of your chest, and then once you create that angle, then you'll know where the ball is. So that's my my tip for you. That boy Dre says UCLA been working for me. I appreciate you. All right. Timothy says, all right, we'll do. I'll do a comment on your next video. Heck yeah. And Philip says, do you need a coach in order to reach your potential is what I meant. No. So a coach can definitely help you, but you have to choose to reach your potential. You have to choose. You have to be the one that commit. I have a player that I worked with last year, and he is the one that he chose. He said, I want to be a D1 player. I said, all right, since you committed to it, I was like, once you commit, then you're going to get better and you're going to get your goal. If you don't commit, if you don't choose it, it's not going to happen. And he's like, I want it. I was like, all right, actions speak louder than words. And sure enough, now he's getting, basically recruited by D1 schools. In a full year, he started eating. He started workout, like training and weightlifting. So he got stronger. He got bigger. We hit basically every week, sometimes 2 times a week. And now he's just balling out. He's balling, had this game today. We had our game today. He went 6 for 9 off of some really good pitchers. They're on 90, 91, and he had 4 doubles. 4 doubles. This kid was just crushing the baseball. But in 1 year's time, his whole life has changed. Now he's one of the top players in the area, and he's going to play D1. He's going to play D1. Tim, that boy Dre said, helping me crush the ball the first game I tried it. I went 3 for 3. You're an animal. You're an animal. London says, Jermaine, how did your dad participate in your college recruiting process? My dad, how did he? He was just excited for me to, get these offers. He didn't really participate much. I mean, he went to the places that I went to. So I took recruiting trips to different places. But as far as the one at UCLA, I was the one asking questions, and he listened and he was just there. And then, when I was done talking, then he started talking. He'll ask a question, but he was pretty much hands off. And he told me, it was my decision on what I wanted to do. And I chose UCLA because it was 45 minutes. It was 45 minutes east of my home, so my family could all come and watch me. But I wanted, my first choice was San Diego State. My second choice was Miami. And then my third one was USC. And my fourth one was UCLA. And the first one, San Diego State, Tony Gwynn didn't recruit me. Second one, Miami, I was getting recruited by Miami. The third one, USC, they didn't want me. They didn't recruit me. And UCLA. So I had my choice. I was thinking about going to Miami, but I ended up going to UCLA just because it was close and I wanted my family to be there. So that's what I chose. But I did have offers from a lot of different schools. I went to Dartmouth for a recruiting trip. I flew across the country. But as far as my dad participation, it was pretty minor. He let me choose, and he just supported me on where I wanted to go. Philip says, all up to you at the end of the day. It's all up to you at the end of the day. Hey, you earn everything in this world. Life isn't just going to hand you it. You got to earn it, but you have to earn it. You have to give yourself a chance. You know, if I want to grow this YouTube channel, so I'm here with you trying to grow it. I'm here. You know, I'm showing up every day. You guys see me post a video. I'm showing up. I'm showing up. I'm showing up. You know, and it might take 2 years, 3 years, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep posting stuff, and eventually I will win at the end of the day. McDouble says, what's your book called? It's called The Hitter's Log. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to find it. I have like several books over here. And if you want to, if you guys want to come and chat with me, I would love to chat with you. The link is right here. I'll post it. That's the link. Come chat with me over here on Zoom. You could call in and talk to me. And I can talk to you about what's going on, you know. So here's my book right here. It's called The Hitter's Log. And let me give you guys a little bit of rundown on this. Hold up, let me read. So here's the book. What's your book called? It's called The Hitter's Log. And it basically helps hitters. Let me show you a little screenshot and give you more detail on what it is. So give me 1 second. I'm going to walk you through it, and you guys could understand what's going on here. So okay, so let's look right here. So give me 1 second, guys. So London. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm trying to find it. London. Can you hear me? Yeah, give me 1 second, London, if that's okay. Can you hear me? Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah. Give me 1 second. No problem. Give me 1 second. No problem. I'm actually at work right now. That's why I didn't turn my camera on. No problem. It's kind of echoing right now. Can you, is there a reason for that? Let me see. No problem. It's kind of echoing right now. Is there a reason for that? I'm not sure. I think it's where I'm at right now. At my job, to be honest. Yeah. I was going to show you guys a little bit more. Let me actually show it. So here it is, just right here. Let me put you on mute for a second. So just to show you guys, and I'm gonna get more into it right now, and I'm gonna explain it. But let me answer a few questions from London and Kendall over here. So give me a second. UCLA has been a game changer. I appreciate you. Tyler says you're the man. That's awesome. Tyler, you're the man. Kendall jumping on here. I'm excited to talk with you. Trevor says, what was your top exit velo your senior year of high school? I don't even know, man. I don't know. It was hard enough where I was hitting homers. It's basically what it is. I didn't even focus on any of that stuff. I just went out there and played. Baseball is great. Does hard work mean? Does hard work mean? Yeah, you got to work hard. Now all I want to do is spend 6 playing baseball, putting in the effort. Heck yeah, I got the hitter's log. Where did you get the hitter's log, Diego? Let me know. How should you work out as a player? As a baseball player, we'll get more into that. But let me answer this question real quick from London. How we doing, London?
I'm doing well, Jermaine. How are you, man?
Man, I can't complain. I'm glad you jumped on. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, if you haven't seen from my profile picture, I'm a dad. You know, my son is 10U right now. He plays travel ball. And, I'm just really. I played a little baseball myself. I played a year JUCO, but I'm just really just trying to be that resource for him and just help him get to the next level. Um, so I just.
What position do you play?
He plays second base and catcher.
Nice. Okay. So I think the biggest thing from my dad point of view, I think like what my dad did that made me successful, because I never really had a hitting coach. I never had like the fundamentals or anything. But I think what my dad did that was very crucial in my development was that it was like our thing. So when we were, you know, on the weekends, if I didn't have a game or anything, we would be out in the front yard, and he would always make it fun where he was like, hey, me versus you. And he would act like he was Roger Clemens, and he would act like he was Pedro Martinez. And he really like that's where I got my love for hitting. That's why I talk about hitting so much, because that's where I learned was me and my dad. So I think as far as, a parent, and dad in wanting to, help your kid get to that next level, I would start doing those things, make it like a bond. We did that until even when I was like, pro, when I was in big leagues, we was still in the off season. We would go out to the field. Obviously it wasn't in the front yard anymore, but we would go to a field and we would do that. And it was just our thing, and I think that's the key. And then the other thing too was my dad put no pressure on me as a player. I had zero pressure the entire time I played baseball. And I think when you go about it that way, you let the player have their dream. And I end up having my dream. So I end up playing harder. I end up working for it because it was mine. It wasn't like it was pushed upon me. And he was always there to support me. So when it comes to, being a parent, I know it's hard because you're investing in them. You're probably doing hitting lessons. You're probably doing all that stuff. But one of the things that I always say is that, when I'm doing the lessons with my kids, I have to tell the dads and stuff to like relax. Hey, relax. Let me help them, and the dad would be back there going, and then the kid starts messing up because of those things. So I don't know if that's a problem or anything, but I'm just trying to give advice on like how to go about it. And I think those things, the key is, I feel like for the parent point of view, and if when I have kids, if you can find a way to let your kid have his dream and they want to dream, they're going to be successful in the sport, but they have to choose. And then I think that's the key right there. That's the key.
Did you play other sports?
No, man. No. So I only played baseball.
Yeah.
Yep. I never played any other sport. And I think that's another reason why I was a good baseball player, just because of that. I played a lot. But if I look back and I knew I was going to be a baseball player, I probably would have played football, probably would have played basketball, probably would have played all those sports, because it would have helped me in baseball. Yeah. As far as a parent, what are your issues?
You know, my biggest thing, because he does, honestly, he loves playing the game. and I'm a baseball nut. But I've never, it's like I've never pushed that on him.
Good.
You know, my biggest fear is I don't want him to get burned out, and I still want him to, you know, maintain that love for it because, you know, you know, he's still developing, but I mean, he's not a horrible player, you know. I think that's just, and I'm proud of him, you know, for his development. I just want to see him succeed, you know. So that's
of course. I think you're on the right path. I mean, if you're not putting pressure on them, and I think, like I said, the key is can you can you basically support him where it becomes his thing that he can like drive the ship, and you just basically help him drive that ship. Because once he takes initiative, like then it's over. Then you're gonna have then he's going to get that D1 scholarship, or he's going to play pro. Like, you know, it has to be him to make that decision. I think that's like the key in all of this. As a parent, can you get him to take? Can you get him to choose to be successful? If you can get him to do that, he won't get burnt out. Because I never played any other sport and I never got burned out. But my dad always told me, he said, Jermaine, the day you stop having fun playing baseball is the day you quit. So every day after each game from when I was like, you know, basically a child, all the way up to even pro, playing in the big leagues, I would have some bad games. I remember there was one day I was playing with the Cardinals and I had 2 errors in 1 inning and I struck out. And he asked me after the game, he goes, "Hey, Jermaine, are you still having fun?" I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "Okay. All right." He said, "Good job today. You'll get them tomorrow." And that was basically it. And so like that, no pressure, plus you have that support. I think that's the winning formula right there.
anything you recommend,
like drills and stuff, like
yeah.
without seeing him, send me a little video of him. Let me check him out.
I can.
Yeah, send me a little video of him. And I love to chat with you guys and be along you guys' journey. I try to do this every Saturday, so you send it to me at this email right here.
Oh, okay.
And then yeah, you're good. But yeah, send me a little video of them. And I think the key is so there's 2 types of players. There is a person that sets the table, and there's a person that cleans up the table. So setting the table is the person that can get on base and get the rally and stuff going. Then there's the person that could clean up the table, the 3, 4, 5 hole hitter. So we need to figure out what type of player he is, and then play to your strengths all the time. And then that's the key to separating yourself from everybody else. And so, I mean, he's 10 years old, so you probably don't even need to think about that right now. But as he starts getting older, starting planning that out, it's going to help a lot.
Yeah. Did you play travel ball at that age?
Oh yeah, I was in 10 when I was 10. I was on the travel ball team, but they were 2 years older than me, and I played with them until they were 18. I was 16. So that's why I always talk about the mental side, because when I was 10, I was like the guy that batted in the 9 hole, and you know, I was the smallest kid on the team. They were 12 and I was 10, and we just kept going, and I got my butt handed to me. And I just kept playing, kept going. And then at 13 years old, I caught up with them. And then I was like, man, I could ball with these guys. And they were 15. And then the rest was history. Then I just took off, So I think as far as like, I know personally from doing it and then seeing guys at the highest levels, the mindset is one of the biggest things. So
that's what I tell him. That's what I tell Art. Man. Like, I think you had a video. A couple of videos talking about how as long as you got it up here, saying if you give me one time, okay, that's fine. I'm gonna get you the next time. You said something to that effect.
Yeah, that's
the competitor attitude.
We're missing that now. Like now that I'm doing lessons, because people are are paying for lessons now and paying because like they feel like they're going to fall behind if they don't do this. So like now we're missing that. We're getting more professional hitters, and they're more worried about the results than the actual like competing, because once you compete you will get the results, like it'll happen, you know. And so that's why I had to make that video, because and if you look at the one yesterday, it says you're choosing to suck at baseball, and I just posted that one, and it's gotten a lot of views in one day so far. But it was a little uncomfortable to do that video, but it was the truth. Like a lot of kids right now they're just not competing. It's like, oh, my mechanics is off. It's like, well, it could be, but it could be you're just not putting the effort, the mental side of it, you know. You have to be ready to hit. You have to be ready to be successful, and some are just not ready, so they're not getting those results.
That kind of makes me feel good because he had a game about 2 weeks ago, and he was the boys were taking cuts right before the game, off the tee and everything, and he comes over and he asks me about his hands or whatever, and I'm like, forget about that. I mean, we're about to play a game, just go over there. And I just told him, just compete. Don't worry about the mechanics. Just hit it in the air, put it in play, and all that mechanical stuff will work out that in the cage.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it's like you got to go out there and you got to go and play. You got to go and play. Like the mechanics, you got to prepare yourself, and that's what the mechanics for is, like, all right, preparing for that game. But when it comes to being in the batter's box, it's time to go. It's like if your mind's not there, it doesn't matter what your mechanics is doing, because you're still not going to win, So tell them, like, watch that video. It was a little uncomfortable for me because I hate being a little like controversial, but that video was controversial, but it was the truth. And I knew that it was a good video because now I'm getting a few people put dislike on my video, so it made people feel some type of way, which is good because I need to do that to grow, but it was the truth. I needed to say it, and I think a lot of people understood what I was saying, because a lot of these kids reached out to me and was like, man, that was a great video, like I needed to hear that, So I think that's the key right now. It's like sometimes you guys could get caught in the funnel thing where you're on YouTube and looking at all the swings and like, all right, I need to do this. And it's like, some of you guys just need to go up there and compete. And, that's it. Go up there and compete. I know, like recently, and I'm not going to brag about this because it's not bragging, but just recently I have a kid that same kid I was talking about earlier, D1 player. He got filthy stuff, 93, 95 lefty with a hard curveball, hard changeup. And he called me out. He said, Jermaine, get in the batter's box. He called me out when he was doing like live BP. And I was like, what? I was like, you calling me out? I was like, let's go. And I jumped in there, and he's over here trying to carve me up. And I'm like taking all his pitches and stuff. And then he throws me fastball, and I just hammer it. Mind you, I haven't seen a fastball in like a year and a half, and I'm still on this 93 mile an hour fastball. And I told him, I was like, the reason why I could hit you was because I didn't let my mind go. My mind was like, I would still beat you no matter what. And that was the reason why I was successful. Now, granted, I know what I was doing in that batter's box, and I know how to make adjustments, but it was just, you get what I'm trying to say. Like, I haven't seen a fastball in a year and a half, and I was still able to compete. And he was competing. He's like, man, you're getting me juiced right now. Like, and he started throwing harder and harder. So I bring that story up just to say, you have to be ready. You have to be ready here. If you're not ready here, you see it with guys, they go to the big leagues and they have all the talent in the world and they're just not ready here. And then they fail, or games on the line, they're not ready. Then they ground out, bases loaded or something like that. You have to be prepared mentally before you step into that batter's box.
Right. Well, cool, man. Jermaine, I appreciate you, man. I'm gonna be following you, man. We watched some of your videos together, and you really helped us out a lot.
Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate you. I'm glad you jumped on and I get to see your face, get to know who you are. And I'm excited to, see you guys' journey and be a part of it, and, let me know what I could do. You got my email and I'm pretty open. So, just reach out whenever you have a chance. And when I have some time, I definitely reach out and answer your questions and help the best I can.
I appreciate it. Where did you put your email? Did you
It's right. Everybody's posting right now, so that's why it's kind of like getting. Oh, there it is. It's on right now.
Okay. I appreciate you, man. I gotta hop off, but thank you so much. Man.
Where are you working right now? At like 11 o'clock at night?
Yeah, I work at like a kind of like a treatment facility.
Okay.
So,
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for everything you're doing. Thank you.
my pleasure, man. I enjoy it.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll talk to you soon, and tell your boy I said hi, and excited to see you guys' video.
All right, I will do, man. Thank you so much.
All right. All right. Bye. So, Kendall, give me a second. Give me a second. Let me answer a few of these questions. It said, what did it take in order to make it to the biggest stage? What did it take? It took a lot of sacrifice, a lot of discipline, a lot of hard work, pain, body aching. What did it take? What more? Man, I missed everybody's birthdays, like family birthdays. I missed all the parties. I missed basically weddings because of playing baseball. So I missed a lot. So what did it take? I sacrificed everything, basically a lot, to get to where to get to the biggest stage. And as far as practicing my butt off, committed to the things that I'm eating, committed to the gym, committing to just the grind, and loving every minute of it. And they asked me, what would I change anything? I wouldn't change anything, because getting to the biggest stage is the best thing in the world. When you're playing in front of 40,000 fans, there's nothing better than that, especially after you've grinded for 20 years to get to that place. So I appreciate that question. That's a good one. And Family Fun SoFlo says, why are you in Rochester? I'm out here in Rochester. It's good. It's good. I mean, I'm here because I played with the Rochester Red Wings in 2018. Then I just started coaching and developed a good following here. So I stayed. So it's good. Baseball Great says, I use a lot of time to analyze my swing and throwing motion. Is that what hard work means? My computer isn't really working too well, so it's sending the message before I can finish it. Yeah, I mean, if you're always having it on your mind and you're trying to improve yourself, that's hard work. You're doing more than what the average person is doing. You're working towards what you want. So definitely it's hard work. That's keep doing that. Now go out there and actually practice and go into the gym and keep committing to it. It's definitely hard work. That boy just says, do you have any advice on catching line drives in the sun? Oh, sun balls. Those are tough, man. Those are tough. Sun balls are you got to practice those. You got to definitely practice those. Those are tough. But what I would do is move. Usually I would either use my glove and block the sun with the glove and turn your body so that you create an angle so you can move the ball outside of the sun and then you can see it. So that's probably one thing I would do, or use your hand depending on where the sun is actually at. But you definitely have to move your body to create angles. Philip says, how can I find people to do defensive work with me, specifically outfield? You just got to find someone that's on the grind with you, a friend that wants to be successful as well, and they'll help you. That's the thing that you have to do. You got to find someone that wants to do this as well, so you can meet up with them and you guys can compete and get better. Tyler says, Philip, if you don't have anyone to use a racket and tennis ball against the wall, you can get hundreds of quality reps on your own. Tyler's the man. And yeah, you could definitely do that as well. You could work on stuff. Wherever there's a will, there's a way. Philip says, are there any stories of not so great players becoming great players? I mean, there's a lot of them. I mean, players, baseball is one of those games where if it was set, like guys would get to the big leagues. It wouldn't be so much of a gamble. Like it's kind of a gamble. Like some people come out of the woods and become great players. They become great players because they choose to become great. They sacrifice. They do whatever is necessary to become successful. So yeah, that's why baseball is a beautiful sport, man. Guy like me who wasn't supposed to be successful ended up being a big leaguer. Like I'm here talking to you guys now as a former MLB player. I wasn't supposed to make it. In my circumstances, people weren't going to make it. That's just how it is. And I made it. So, yeah, I think, there's so many stories of players becoming great players that's what makes baseball so great. If you're worrying about mechanics in the box, you already lost their bat. Heck yeah. Tyler knows. Facts. Till says facts. Tyler. Ian says, I hit bombs in the cage, but I can't hit anything in game. Someone help, please. Ian, my advice is start facing live pitching more and more. Tell your friends, hey, pitch to me. Or go outside with your friends with some tennis balls and have them throw at you in like a game. Play Over the Line. You could look up the game online called Over the Line, and you guys compete versus each other. You need to see more live at bats. And then the other thing is when pitchers are throwing bullpen sessions, go in and stand in and watch the ball all the way in and learn and see that arm angle, get the timing. That's going to help you all out. You just need to keep seeing the ball from the pitcher's point of view or from the pitcher's slot and putting yourself in there. You got to think about it. How many at bats have you had? How many at bats have you had this year so far? Aiden says, were you ever a pitcher in high school? I was not a pitcher in high school. I hurt my arm when I was 13, so I didn't pitch. Diego said, how do I hit with more power? Eat right. So your nutrition, weight lift, and work on hitting the ball a little bit more out front. Try to drive the ball over center field. And power is something that comes a little bit later, but those are things I would have to advise you. Strength, get stronger. What's the number thing for hitting power in your mind? What's the number thing for hitting power in your mind? And does the pelvis play an underrated part in hitting power? What's the number thing for hitting power in your mind? I don't know what you mean by that. How should you work out as a baseball player? So how should you work out as far as what you mean, practice or train in the gym? So what kind of workout are you talking about? If you're trying to practice, what I would do is I would practice off a pitching machine because that's the closest you're going to get to the game as far as hitting. But that's how I practice. I would get my ground balls in as often as I can as an infielder, and I would put as much effort as I can to getting better on that side. And you said training in the gym. Train in the gym. Work deadlifts, your core. Work front squats, so you're getting your core and your quads as well. But basically working out the lower half of your body. Baseball is about your lower half and your core. So getting that strong will help, and your back. Your back as well. So working out, doing hamstring curls, doing deadlifts, doing basically power cleans, explosive movements like that. That would be very good as well. Front squats, those will help a ton. Just doing workouts to help your lower half get stronger and your core. That's the key. That's really the key in the game. And then are you eating right as well? If you're eating donuts, that's not going to help you in your workout. So you got to eat too to complement your body and help your body. So how do you practice baseball by yourself when everybody's busy? Throw balls against the wall, work your backhands, work forehands. If you can, as far as pitching, go to a pitching machine where the ball just comes out. Yeah, you could do stuff like that. There's always a way. You could find a way to do something. You might can't do it where it's very effective, but you could do something. You could find a way to get better. What's the number one thing for hitting power in your mind? Hitting power, hitting the ball out front, point of contact. Your point of contact is probably the most important thing. Point of contact. If you look at guys who drive the ball, they're hitting the ball out front, and it's the point of contact. Now, if you're too far out front, you're going to hit a ground ball, and if you let it come a little bit more, you could drive that ball. So point of contact's a big one, and getting that extension through the baseball. McDouble says, what is the UCLA video people were talking about? Check out the video. It says how MLB players get on time. It's a good video. What is the right mindset for baseball? Being an optimist, looking at everything in a way that, you want to be real about things, but you still also want to look at it in a positive way. If you're beating yourself up all the time, you're going to get bad results. So you want to look at yourself saying, okay, you know what? I did good today. And acknowledge the things that you did good, in the game. So I'm going to get more into that, but these are some great questions. These are some really, really, really great questions. Let me answer Kendall real quick, and then I'll get back to you guys. So Kendall, talk to me, man. What's going on?
Nothing. I just want to come up there and let you know, I had reached out to you about the mental side of it, and it was last week, I had got my first home run because of that. My man. That's what I like to hear right there. That's what I like to hear. So walk me through that at bat. What were you thinking? Walk me through the whole process. Okay, I was on deck. I told myself, I was like, I'm a dog. I'm better than this pitcher and whatnot. So when I got up to the plate, he threw me two balls. It was 2-0. So I knew he had to come through. So I was just sitting on the ready. And then he threw it. I just reacted to it, and he went up. But every pitch, you were like, "I'm the man. I'm the guy. I'm the man. Can't beat me." Exactly. And when you ran around the bases, tell me how you feel when you're running around the bases. I was like deep down inside, I knew I could have been doing this, but it's just the mental side. But it felt good. I felt like I was I'm here. You are the big dog. You are the big dog. You gotta. That's what I'm saying. This is, you chose to be great right there. You chose to be great. You could choose to be great, and even if you don't be successful in that at bat, the next at bat you're gonna get them. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So the next, even if you don't get them that at bat, you'll get them the next at bat. So that's the thing. It's that's the mindset. That's how you become successful in this game. You got to have the right mindset. And as you can see, you already did it. You went there. You're like, man, on deck, telling yourself, I'm the man. Then you run around the bases, telling yourself, I'm the man. This is what I do. This is my normal day's work right here, And what you'll see is you're going to start getting more hits. You're going to be a better player. People are going to start noticing you. They're going to be like, dude, you got a presence about you. You just have that presence, and that's how you stand out. And then you're going to notice the guys that are struggling are guys that don't have that presence. Yeah, that's why I try to help my teammates with. It's just one certain teammate. Every time he strike out, he'll come over there and get mad. I'm like, man, just chill. Don't beat yourself up, because once somebody see that and you step in the box, you already done lost. Well, you're letting it spiral out of control. You're not in control anymore if you're being that guy. You basically are just you're accepting it. And I think that's where the difference is it's the stories we're telling ourselves inside of our head. That's how humans work. Stories. So if you're he strikes out and he's all upset. Now he's telling himself he sucks and stuff. So the next at bat, he's already going in thinking he sucks. He's already defeated.
you know? So like, he's not going to get any good results because of that. So, you know, and that's the thing where you went up and said, I'm the man. He can't beat me. There's no way he's going to beat me. Like, you know, and you just willed your success. And that's how you become successful in this game. That's how you stand out. That's how the players at the highest level are thinking. They're over here. I mean, we would literally be talking crap to each other all the time. We just be like, dude, you suck. No, I'm like, I'm better than you, you know, and we just be going at each other. But everybody's competing. And that's why the game's so fun at that level, because everybody's competing. Everybody's dogging each other, you know, and everybody thinks they're the guy at the top of the hill. And that's the reason why you get those results, because you believe it, you know? So yeah, man, I'm proud of you, man, and I'm pumped. I'm pumped to even hear that. And you're the first person to come on and even say that. So it's documented, and people here, they can see it now. And now, like, I have the message up. It says, "What is the right mindset for baseball?" And it's basically everything you said. No, actually, I'm gonna let you answer that question. So go ahead, tell him what is the right mindset. You answer that question.
Right mindset. So when you step in the box, or even before you even step in the box, you just got to tell yourself like I'm better than this pitcher. I'm the man. Like, he can't beat. You got to go ahead and get that through your head. And then, like, when you get in the box, don't think about your mechanics. Just think about just see the ball, hit the ball.
Yeah.
React.
Get your pitch, and every pitch, I'd be telling myself, to add to what you were saying. You said everything 1000% correct. But to add is, let's say he throws a ball, I'll be saying he's scared of me. Like, yeah, he's scared of me. Like, this guy don't even want to hit me. Like, he don't even want me to hit. And then when he throws that mistake, you just hammer him, and then you let him know. You know, you gotta. Hey, everybody gonna know who Kendall Wade is. You gotta let everybody know. And when you get in that batter's box, let them know who you are. That's you got to play for you. You know. So I appreciate you, man. Thanks for jumping on. I'll be here next week. I want to get an update on how you're doing next week.
Got our last 3 games next week.
All right. All right. Finish strong, man. Good luck.
Appreciate it.
So yeah, man, that was awesome just to hear him talk about, you know, the night. Just him talking about, you know, how to win, the right mindset. That's awesome, man. That's great to hear that he went out there and dominated, man. And it was just a change in mindset. That's it right there. I'm sure he's going to continue that for the rest of the season, you know. Dylan says, how do you stay confident, not nervous before and during games? Dylan, you're always going to be nervous when you play. You know, I always had butterflies in my stomach. Every game when that national anthem was going on, I was still having butterflies. I was excited, but you got to just keep telling yourself out loud that you're the best player. You believe in yourself. You're one of the best players to play. You know, you just got to keep telling yourself positive self-talk. And then when you get a hit, when you do all those things that are good, you tell yourself, that's what I do. That's the type of player I am. Now, if you don't do anything, you just say, that's not me. I know what type of player I am. I hit balls hard. You know, let's say you strike out, you say, that's not me. That's not what I do. I'm going to get them next to bat. I hit doubles. I hit balls hard. You just keep telling yourself positive stuff, and you'll control that little guy in your head that's trying to tell you that you're not good, that you suck, and all that stuff. So that's a big thing that's going to help you, Dylan. So McDouble, it is the one about how to be on time consistently. Yes, sir. Nice. Have a great night. Jermaine, good night all. Philip, I appreciate you. Thanks for stopping by. London says, I'm back on now. I appreciate you. Dylan says, good night, Philip. Tyler says, Jermaine, you're going to change baseball. There's too many kids worrying about mechanics, and you're getting them to focus more on their mental strength. Just wait until more people see your videos. Man, Tyler, you know, I'm curious to know if I guess what I'm saying is that sounds great. I would love to change if I can, help in that way, helping a lot of kids that way. But I don't think the YouTube algorithm is going to share my videos like that. That's the only issue that I'm having. I don't think because if you think about it, what people are searching for is drills. They're trying to figure out what drills to get certain things. So that's what people are going online looking for. So they're not going online looking for the mindset stuff, the right mindset, or how to compete and stuff. So I don't think it's going to grow like that. I hope it does, but I don't think so. That's the only issue that I'm having with it. And I can see it because, like, when I put stuff out like this where I know like that could help, it doesn't get as many views as if I put down a swing breakdown with drills. And it's like the drills are great, but some of you just don't have the right mindset, But Tyler, I appreciate you. Tyler, I would love to. Tyler, can you come over and talk to me for a second? I want to get an update from you. The link is above or below. How do I get a little tilt to my bat when I'm batting? What are you talking about? Tilt. Trying to get angle, launch angle. Appreciate you. Thank you. Hold on, Tyler. Give me 1 second. Humbler says, our school used the machine a lot during practice, and I adjust my swing to hit well. Then I hit bat off live pitching. Then when I hit bat off pitching, hit off machine, I hit great off live pitching. Then when I hit bat off machine, I hit great off live pitching. I think your problem is more so the timing. It's not has anything to do with your swing or anything. It's just when you hit off the pitching machine, there's no timing, and they're probably putting it up to a speed that's fast. So when you face pitching, it's slower for you. And so you're hitting bad because you're out front, or you're, a little bit out front. So basically what you're doing is it's more of a timing issue than the actual is, being bad. But I think the pitching machine is the best thing you could do for you. Does that make sense? What would you recommend I do? I think like I said, I think your issue is timing, changing your trigger. If you look at any of my videos, Tyler was one of them. And Tyler, you can unmute yourself for a second. But Tyler was one. He said, I never thought about having a trigger like that for your timing. And that's what I use. Like, that's what mostly all players do. They have a triggers on, different things. So as far as, what I would recommend is you have to learn how to change your trigger, change your timing in bats. Sometimes you're going to face slow pitching. So you can't have the same rhythm and timing when you are facing, let's say 85 mile an hour pitcher versus a 65 mile an hour pitcher. You can't do the same thing. You have to change and make an adjustment. So I think what's going on with you is that your timing is off. You're not making the adjustment for that type of hitter. So let me know more. Comment below. Let me talk to Tyler real quick, and then yeah, you said that's exactly what happens. I get out on front foot against live pitching. Yes. So you just got to change your trigger. I have a video that says how to hit off of slow pitching, and watch that video. Check it out, and it'll help you out as far as what you should do and how do you change your triggers during the at bat so you can get consistent results. Because at your level, it's harder to hit, believe it or not, than it is at my level, at the professional level. Because at the professional level, everybody's throwing 95 miles an hour. So you're basically facing the same pitcher every single day, all day. So you can get ready at the same time. But at your level, there's a guy probably throwing 85 or 88 or 90, whatever it is. And then you have a guy throwing 78. And so you have to make an adjustment. And how you do that is with your triggers. So that's a thing I would recommend is watch the video where I talk about it. I think it's going to help you out a lot, and you'll see things in a different perspective. So I'm going to answer your question, Dylan, but let me chat with Tyler for 1 second. Tyler.
Hey Jermaine, how's it going?
It's going all right. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I had a lot of baseball lately, and I had 2 games today, so my voice is kind of gone because I took a lot of the advice, like talking a lot, just standing out on the field, communicating the whole time.
And so, how's that going? What is your coach saying first? What does your coach say about that?
He really likes the energy, and he points like it's specifically me and one of my buds do it a lot, and we get pointed out a lot specifically just because we're drawing a lot of attention. And then when we're in the dugout, we make sure our dugout's like it's never quiet. Like especially the team we played today, when they were on offense, they were just completely quiet because they weren't scoring any runs, and they were just being so quiet.
And
so we just go try to get everybody same energy as us. We're on the field. If pitcher strikes out a batter, let him know he did a great job. Chirp at the batter. Gets in the batter's head. Gets in everybody's head.
And did you guys win?
Yeah, we won. It was like I think 12-2.
Oh, you guys blew them out. So I know you've been busy practicing and busy doing your thing. So give me an update. How have you been hitting the ball? How has your game been going since you've been following me?
It's been going pretty well. One thing I'm doing a lot that I haven't done in the past is I'm walking all the time because it's so much easier because like I said, I used to chase a lot of breaking balls down and just like you said, change ups and stuff. Pitchers always trying to throw it down because they know if they leave it up, it's time to it's hang and bang. It's time to swing. And so a lot of the times, a lot of pitchers try to get me to chase curveballs, and I'm walking a lot now because I'm just waiting for I'm expecting that fastball up in the zone.
So yeah. So now you are having way more quality at bats.
Yeah, and I just honestly I feel it's like you said earlier in the live stream, you're always gonna feel nervous, but I don't feel as nervous. I would say I'm more confident in myself because before I used to get really shaky in the batter's box, and I guess that could have been a lack of approach.
Yeah, so you feel more sure of yourself now.
Yeah, I go into the box and I already know what I'm supposed to do.
And you're walking more, huh? So
yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, so you're getting on base, and you are you hitting the ball harder now? Or what about hitting? How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm hitting the ball pretty hard. The only problem is I'm also getting. I would say it's not as consistent. Right now I'm very inconsistent because my timing, it's always on the later side. I'm not too much early. I'm usually late on the majority of my at bats. So my coach has been trying to talk to me about it, and I'm trying to work on it now. But I had a few videos from today, and I did realize what he was talking about is that I would even hit some of the balls very well, but they'd go in foul territory because I'm just catching them so back in the zone.
So yeah, your timing's off right now. So what is your trigger? What is your trigger right now?
Usually I like to pick a spot on the pitcher, and right when I would see him top of his leg lift, I'd get started. So then, I realized after that when my coach told me that was a little bit too late timing for me. So I just decided I was okay, I'm gonna have to start a little bit before he gets to the top of his leg kick.
Yeah, you gotta make that adjustment in the batter's box. You have to know if you're fouling balls off down the you're a right-handed hitter, right?
Yes.
Yeah, if you're fouling balls off down first base line, then hey, I'm late. I need to make an adjustment. So you got to know that in the batter's box, hey, I need to change my trigger so I can get ready earlier so I can hit them, and then stay with your approach as far as hitting the fastball and being ready to hit that fastball. I think that's the thing. And don't be no, yes. You still want to be yes, no, meaning I'm going to hit, no, that's a ball, And so, Yeah, I think that's once you do that, I think you'll be way more consistent. But you already are having quality ABs and you're walking more, which is going to limit your ABs, which means when you do start hitting and getting more hits, your batting average and all your other things are going to go up out the roof. So that's the formula to success, man, and you're on it. You're literally walking the path of success right now.
Thank you, Jermaine. I appreciate it. I agree. I need to get better personally. I would say making the adjustments faster, because it like I can't. I always can realize what I'm doing, but I think the time it takes me might take a little bit too long, and that's when I really need to like realize in the box,
Yeah.
Like the question where like you step out and you ask yourself, was I on time?
Yeah. You have you asked yourself that?
Yeah, I have been, but it's just it was definitely a big realization for me after seeing some of my swings on video.
Gotcha.
I felt like I was on time. Then I watched the video. I was like, that pitch is pretty deep in the zone for where you started your swing at.
I got to make a video about those two questions, and you just gave me an idea on making a video on that, basically, like talking about it, making that adjustment inside the batter's box, because that's a good idea. Yeah, you have to ask yourself those two questions, but you also have to see, what's going on. Like, you hit the ball, like I said, foul ball down the right field line. You got to tell yourself, hey, I need to be ready a little earlier. And now if it's on the left field line, you got to be like, let the ball come back a little bit, and you got to make your adjustments based on that, So I think it's great though that you're walking, you're on the path, man. I mean, you're doing better already. You're getting walks. Walks lead to more and more success. Like whenever I was struggling, if I start walking, I was going to start hitting, because that means you're taking the balls and you're forcing the pitcher to throw it inside the strike zone in the diamond. And when you do that, you consistently do that, you're going to be successful, because you're basically increasing your odds of success,
Yeah, it really frustrates the pitcher too, and you can just you don't fall for anything, and then they're starting to get really tired, and they're realizing they have to start throwing you some good pitches.
Yeah, the pitchers are going to give in, man. They're going to give in. So let me ask you this. So after, we've been knowing each other now and you've been following my stuff, have you felt like you're a better player now?
Oh, 100%. I've always I heard you talking about hitting lessons and stuff earlier. I've always had hitting lessons my whole life, but I can never get to that next level. And it was just the little things that you made me realize not to worry about as much. It's like mechanics, yeah, you can care about them, but it's not don't be a professional hitter when it comes to mechanics. Go out there and compete. And that's when I was taught my whole life mechanics matter. It's I just found out a new way to hit. It's I've been hitting wrong my whole life. And it's it's just so much more fun to go out there and compete. And specifically what you've done for me is definitely made me use my head more when it comes to baseball. And it's definitely more mentally stronger. And the fact that I can, for instance, strike out and it doesn't really bother me, because it's more you're going to get that second chance. And the next at bat, you can hit a double. It doesn't, and that strikeout that you had earlier won't matter. And it's just because even sometimes you got to go back on defense and make some plays.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I mean, I think, I think you understand. I hate being I don't want to be the mindset guy, but I mean, I'm getting placed there because no one else talks about it. So
yeah, it's all everything. Instagram, YouTube, it's all mechanics now. It's
yeah.
It's said earlier, everybody wants that easy drill, the thing, just one drill that they think is gonna fix their swing completely.
Well, see, the other thing too is a drill is also another mindset thing, because if you do the drill and you feel like it gives you results, you're in your mind, you believe that you're going to get those results. So drills are another way of saying mindset stuff. It's
Yeah,
it's just another frame of it. You see people that, like you said, they're trying to get that quick fix. They're trying to get that edge by using a drill. And I seen people do drills, and I'm like, what are they doing? And they go, oh, I'm about to hit bombs, and all of a sudden they start hitting bombs. And for me, I'm like, it wasn't the drill that made it happen. Maybe it had a little effect, but it was more so how they felt. They convinced themselves that that drill was going to help them, and so it did. And like that's why I'm always about the mindset, because and I don't want to be that guy, but like at the same time, I mean, you just nailed it. You said basically I'm changing people just from the mindset.
Yeah, and it's honestly, that's the most important part, and it goes to the end of the day, like when you said, if I can just teach young athletes out there, instead of worrying about mechanics, to just deal with their successes and failures properly, that's something they're gonna take. Even if you don't play baseball and you get into business or something, you still need that same exact mindset. You can't just stop your business grind because something went wrong. You'll never get that business successful.
Exactly. Yeah, I 100% agree, man. And yeah, I'm just glad that you're using it, and have you been having fun playing?
I've been having a ton of fun. It's that baseball does not seem as technical and mechanical to me as it has been in the past, because I always worried and thought like everything has to be perfect before game time. You have to have the best swing. You have to have the nicest fielding form and everything. And it's like, so ground balls hits, you just stay down on it, throw them out at first. When you're hitting, go out there and compete. Don't worry about like your launch angle, or don't worry about what your hands are doing. Just time up the pitcher, get a good pitch to hit.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Ted Williams used to say in the mirror to himself before a game, I'm the best hitter in the world. He used to say that to himself with his shirt off for like 30 minutes before the game. And he just looked at himself and said, I'm the best in the world. I'm the best that ever played. I'm the best hitter that ever played in this game. And he just kept telling himself. And eventually he became the best that ever hit. I mean, I think he also practiced, as well. He practiced a lot. I heard he was always like in, standing in bullpens and always taking live and practicing. But he also convinced himself that he was the best, and that's why he got those results.
It's funny that you bring that up, because I actually got that drill from one of your videos in the past, and I used it.
Yeah.
You were talking specifically like telling yourself you're the best isn't enough. You have to say it out loud. Like you have to see yourself say it out loud and say I'm the best. Because you can say it like in your mind all you want, but once you start saying it out loud, it's really like coming into play.
Yeah, because so how it works is you can say it in your mind, but it doesn't change your emotions. And basically, when you say it out loud, what you're doing is changing your emotions. Like if you said you suck and you said it out loud, like, man, I suck. You hearing yourself say it, you'll start believing that you suck and you'll go downhill. But you say, man, I'm the best hitter, and you say it with emotion, it'll change your emotion. It's like when people say stuff like, man, they got hurt, and then they start laughing. And so they changed their emotion just because they started laughing. You know what I mean? So like, It's pretty much the same concept as far as doing that. And like when that doubt starts coming in, in your head, you have to say stuff out loud. Like for me, it was never really hitting. I mean, it happened to me as far as hitting goes, where I would get a little bit, doubting myself. I mean, it happens to every hitter, but more so for me, it would be defense, because hitting, I love to hit. So that was my thing. Defense, when it was 30,000 fans, 20,000 fans, and Stanton is up hitting, and I'm playing third base with infield in, I'm getting uncomfortable. And yeah, I'm that little guy is on my shoulder, like, oh, he's gonna hit a ball to you. You better be ready, And then I would have to tell myself, all right, hit me the ball, man. I'm gonna make this play. And I had to say it out loud to change my emotion. because otherwise that little guy was going to eat me alive, you know? And so once I started doing that, they hit me the ball, I'll make that play. And that's what the players are doing out there. You just don't see it. That's like the behind the scenes that every player is going through the doubt, going through the nervousness, but they figured out a way to work around it. And it mostly is from positive self-talk and the way they're thinking or changing the story. I had one player I played against or played with actually. He didn't take responsibility for anything. He he literally would it would be like a ball would hit to him and he played shortstop and he would let's say he made an error and he'd be like, man, the dirt was terrible, man. You know, it was never his like responsibility. And I'm like, dang, why doesn't he take responsibility? But when you think about it, it's another way to it's a mental side. He was controlling his emotions. He's not letting it get to him. He's not letting it beat him, you know? So that's something that, you know, I wanted to share. And man, I appreciate you, Tyler, for jumping on. I know you've been busy. I haven't seen you commenting under the videos. I've been like, hey, where's he at? But I know that. Go ahead.
It's been like baseball all day, every day now. It's like 4 or 5 hour practices all day, and then you get home and you just try to finish up your schoolwork.
Yeah, no problem, man. Do your thing and keep me updated. All right.
I definitely will, Jermaine. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and thanks for watching my videos and thanks for the positive testimonial right here. Thank you.
Of course, always.
All right.
Good night, Jermaine.
You too. Akil,
What's up, Coach?
what's going on?
All right. So this week, I think I sent you the videos, right?
You didn't send me videos.
Like it was two videos of my at bats.
Oh yeah. Those bats look good, man.
You made like I think a typo. It said NOR or something. What did you mean to say, more or not? Like you said, it was both those swings looked either more or not balanced.
More balanced, my fault. I said more balanced. Like you look way more balanced compared to the first video that you sent me. You looked way more balanced and under control on each swing. Even your takes look really good, man. So I think it was good, man. You look way better. And you look confident. You look confident. You look like you had a presence in the batter's box.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. So our high school season about take flight. We was doing like 3 days a week. Now about to take you 6 days a week. So
do your work.
Yeah.
Do your thing out there. Do your thing. Get your high school and make them know your name. Make them know who Akil is. You know, go out there and build your legacy, man. You know what I'm saying? So go out there, do your thing, man. And watch my videos now and then and comment under them. I need that engagement.
All right.
But how'd it go this week? Things went good?
Yeah, they were. Oh, as a matter of fact, we had a scrimmage against the travel team today.
How'd it go?
So like our school it was like our school versus a travel team. So there was a runner on my first at bat. There was a runner on first and third, I believe. Yeah, first on third. I hit a sack fly to right field. It hit the. It was like the right fielder was against the fence. So when he caught it, so I was able to bring the runner in. The second time.
That's a great at bat. That's a great.
That was a great. The pitcher threw a fastball outside. I just took it where he gave me. Almost hit towards the fence. Even though he caught it, it still was a great swing and all because I brought a runner. I did something useful.
Yeah, positive at bats. Hey, quality That's what this book is all about. Quality ABs right here. That's what you want to do. You want to get as many quality ABs as you can.
Yeah. Second at bat, I struck out though because this pitcher he had a great fastball. I'm talking about 80, 85. He had fast pitching. So that got me kind of excited. Because I can't wait to hit his fastball. But you know what he did? He threw a curveball first pitch. I was like, all right, you gonna throw me a curveball?
He's scared of you.
Yeah, wait until he throws me a fastball. Next thing you know, curveball. And I'm like, now it's 0-2. Now he threw me two curveballs. He's not gonna throw a third one. He threw a fastball, but it was outside. So, it's 1-2. And now I'm in a position that's like, you know what? Now I don't know what he's going to throw to me. And then next thing you know, he throws a curveball, same place. I swung, but I swung and struck out.
So here's a lesson for you. And this is something that you can take from this. So that was your third at bat, right? Or your second at bat? So your first at bat, you showed that you could drive a fastball. You showed you drive it. They're taking notes too. So they seen that you can do that. So you got to understand, you got to make adjustments. They made the adjustments. They made an adjustment. They realized that they can just throw you a fastball and you're going to swing and miss it or roll over it. That you basically got your pitch and you drove it the opposite field. So you sent a message to everybody. Now, what the problem was, you didn't make the adjustment quicker. You didn't realize that you forgot about your first at bat. But you got to understand they're watching. They're trying to create adjustments, or they're making adjustments to try to get you out. So they seen dude, this guy can hammer fastballs. We got to get him let's try his curveball. So when that happens, when they throw you that curveball and you take it, did you swing at the first one or did you take the first one?
I took the first one.
Okay. Yeah. When that happens, after the first one, you should have been more like, all right, I seen it. Let me make a mental log of it and how it looks so that when he throws it again, I'll be able to hit it. Because if you got to take like I said, you got to make adjustments. Why didn't they throw a fastball in that situation? Because you hammered the fastball the bat before. And let me ask you this: the first time the one you hit to right field, was it the first pitch that you seen, or was it the second pitch?
It was the very first pitch.
Yeah. So they made a mental note saying this guy hammers first pitch fastballs, so we can't just give him a chance. So that's something that you have to make an adjustment sooner. You got to realize, all right, he threw me a curveball. More than likely, they're not going to throw me a fastball because I already proved that I can do damage off that fastball. So that was it for you. It had anything to do with your mechanics. It had nothing to do with all that. You just didn't make the adjustment quick enough in the batter's box. You were confused. You were stuck on the fastball. That was all you were doing. You sold out on the fastball.
Yeah, that was exactly what I was thinking. I was thinking fastball because my mentality was, think fastball, react, off speed. But I guess I was just guessing, maybe he's going to throw a fastball this pitch, and that's what got me in trouble.
Yeah. I mean, thinking of fastball is a good approach. I mean, it helped. I would do that all the time. So thinking of fastball, but you have to understand, the game is about adjustments, and they seen that you can hit the fastball. And where are you batting in the lineup?
Oh, I was number 7, so I was in the bottom of the lineup.
Yeah, but they still seen that you can hit a fastball first pitch, and they made a mental note of that. So that's basically what it is. So you have to basically make adjustments. You got to make one quick. You just didn't make the adjustment quick enough. So that's the key. Making that you sold in, you're like, oh, they're gonna just throw me a fastball. I'm going all in, forget the curveball. But they were like, oh, we're gonna make him hit the curveball, and that's why your worldview was wrong. That's why you got the bad results. So sometimes you gotta you have to adjust to the game. You know what I mean? Like you have to be cautious of the game, and that's why this book is very valuable, because you write down everything, and then you start learning. Like, all right, what do I do? Like when I hit pitches well, what pitches am I hitting well? Is it fastballs? Is it curveball? Or let's say you're jotting down everything. Let's say you're jotting down the curveballs and everything, and you play that team again. You'll know before the game what they're going to do to you before the at bat, because you have all the information documented. So that's just the reason why I'm a big believer in this book, and it helps you with the mindset and it helps you be successful.
Yeah, and it makes a lot of sense. Just you got to be able to, be able to adjust, and you reflect on the things that you did, and you learn. Because like my coach told me, if you make a mistake and you learn from it, and you do good and you never repeat that mistake, that's a good mistake. But if you do a mistake and repeat that same mistake, then that's a bad mistake.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah, see, that's the key, man. That's the key. You got to make adjustments, and you got to have a time to reflect. Again, that's what this book does, allows you to reflect. So that your coach knows exactly what he's talking about, and I think you're doing well, man. You're crushing it, and I'm excited to see you dominate this year. So, all right, man.
just one question.
Yeah.
So for all my 3 years, or actually 2 years of being on varsity, I've been on the bottom of the lineup. I want to make my way up. Like you also said that, like in order to play at a college, you got to be able to start or you start up a rally, keep it going, maintaining it, keep everything going, be on base most of the time, do all these things. And, my question is, since I'm in the bottom of the lineup, we got some pretty good hitters, but I know I can out hit them. But I just haven't shown it. What are the most important things I can do in order to bring myself up the batting order? Like I'm aiming for number 1, number 2, because I'm pretty fast.
Yeah. I mean, the first thing is you're doing it, you believe in yourself, and you got to commit. Like, I want to hit to the top of the lineup. Like, now you know your goal. Now, how do I get there? Sometimes, like, you guys don't ask the right questions. It's like, and it's because you don't know yet, but you will after I explain to you. But like, the first thing you need to do is you need to commit. And then after that, you basically ask the question. Now, how do I get to the 1 and 2 hole? Well, what does a 1 hole and 2 hole hitter do? They control the strike zone, and they're a tough out every at bat. So how can, now that I know that, how can I become a tough out? Someone that is, every time they come up, they're going to compete. They're not going to swing at bad pitches. They're going to make hard contact. How do I do that? Then once you start dialing in, you're like, oh, I need to do this. Like, and then you could start doing that off a pitching machine. You could start doing that off pitching. Like, you'll start like pushing yourself to become that person, but you first have to commit. And I think you are. That's the first step. But yeah, that's like a roundabout answer on how you do that. I think you're doing it, but you have to see, you have to commit, and then you go after, you ask the questions. What does a 1 hole and 2 hole hitter do? What does a 3 hole hitter do? All right, I need to be that person, and eventually what's going to happen is the 1, 2 hole, or 3 hole, they're going to struggle. And if you just mentally be like, I'm going to be that guy, and you work towards it, you'll start being that guy. You will end up being that. And if your team is down or losing, and you're the one out there having the quality at bats where you're walking a lot, where you're hitting balls hard, you're getting on base, you're stealing bags, you'll go up the lineup. It's just that simple. You know what I mean? So I think How do you do it? Well, the first step is you commit to saying, I'm going to be the 2-hole hitter. I'm going to be the 3-hole hitter. Now the next step is, okay, let me work on my game now so I can get there. What do I need to do? Well, I need to control the strike zone. How do I control the strike zone? Well, one of the things I would do is I would put a glove on my hand off a pitching machine and do the catch drill, Barry Bonds drill. What that does is you get to train your eyes to learn the strike zone. You could catch the only ball, the balls that you're going to catch are only in the strike zone. The ones that are not in the strike zone, you take. And so you start learning how to let the ball come to you and hit. Then the next thing I would do is I will start hitting off that pitching machine. I'll start getting closer and closer to the machine. Then I'll go back to home plate. And so now I'm slowing the baseball down, which is now going to allow me to see the ball much better. So that is what I would do. I'll also do curveball, so I stay on my backside to let myself stay balanced. And so I would do all these things, and I would do them religiously. I would do them as often as possibly. And I will also go into bullpen sessions. That's like a under radar thing that you can do to help you is pitchers throw bullpens. Go in there and just stand in and watch the ball all the way in and call and say strike or ball and see how the ball slows down for you. And you'll be able to start controlling the zone. The more you can put yourself in the game-like situations, the better. And I guarantee you, you'll start banging and you'll get yourself to the 2 or 3 hole. But it just comes at first, like, can you commit? Will you commit? And when you commit, and then you ask the next question. What's the next question? How do I out hit the number 2 hole hitter? How do I, you'll start asking the right questions, and then you'll start getting the right answers.
All right.
I know that was a lot.
Yeah, it was, but I think I understand it.
I know that was a lot. I know I wasn't ready for that answer, but you know what? I might have to do a video on that where it's more of like written out.
Caught Coach Curtis off guard.
You did, because I mean, no one's ever asked me how do you get up in the lineup. I'm like, oh, okay. Like for me, like that's what I would do. I'd be like, all right. And that's what happened. Actually, I was in the 9 hole before I went to the big leagues, and I kept looking at the 3 or 4 hole every day. And I was like, I'm just going to out hit these guys. I'm going to outwork them. I'm out hit them. And I'll just show up to the field earlier than them. I would do all my stuff hitting off the pitching machine. I would hit BP. I would stand into bullpens. I would just literally do whatever I can to keep seeing the ball come to me. And next thing you know, I was going to the 7 hole. Then I was in the 5 hole. Then I was in the 4 hole. And, and I just kept working my way up the lineup. And, and literally in a 2-week span, I went from the 9 hole to like the 4 hole. And then I was in the big leagues. So that was basically, I just walked you through exactly what I did. But if I had to like sit down, I might make a video on that, because that's actually a really good idea. That's a really good video.
You're welcome.
Hey, here's the thing though, that no one's gonna make that probably won't get that many views, because people don't really ask that question. They normally ask me about drills. They don't ever ask me like stuff like that,
It probably like about, I'll call it maybe over about 10K.
Oh,
10K?
oh, yeah. If I hope I get a video over 10K. That'd be I'm trying to get 10K right now with every video. But I'm doing all right. I'm having a blast doing these videos. So yeah, man. But yeah, that's what I would do. I think you got your head on right, and you won it. So I think you're right there. Now you just got to keep putting together those quality at bats, man, where your coach can trust you. The reason the guys are in the 1, the 2, the 3 hole, 4 hole is it's all about trust. The coach can trust that they're going to do what they're supposed to be doing. So your job is, how can you create trust for the coach? And the way you do that is you got to get better at your craft, like that situation, that curveball situation, making the adjustments. And I know I'm not trying to be, hard on you. I'm just saying, as far as like with the 2-hole hitter, let that go. Would he strike out in that situation? The 2-hole hitter?
What was that? Sorry.
With the 2-hole hitter or the 3-hole hitter, would they have made the adjustment in your opinion?
Well, yeah, they would. Yeah, they would.
So exactly. So your job is to, make those adjustments, and I think you got to work on it. Curveball, sliders, standing in bullpens. Like I said, those are underrated. No one talks about getting in bullpens, but bullpens are huge, especially if you could get like five guys, lefties, righties, and you just keep standing in and see them. Man, you're basically taking at bats and you're seeing pitching, but you're not swinging. But you start recognizing what are balls, what are strikes, and then when you go into the game slows down because of just standing in the bullpens. So that's like a very, very under radar thing that I would advise you to do. And then just keep doing what you're doing, man. Like, you're sending videos, you're watching my videos, I'm sure you're watching other people's videos, and you're just trying to get better, and eventually you'll be fine. You'll go and you'll be in college soon, and then you'll be able to then we'll be talking when you're in college.
Really hope to see that. You know what? No, I will be there.
Exactly. I was gonna correct you there. I was gonna say, what are we talking about here? What do I always say? You got to commit. What do you got to commit? If you ain't committing, you got to commit.
You got to be there.
Yeah, you got to commit. I just told you, my friend, one of my students last year, he was basically in the same place you are, and I told him, I was like, the problem with your age is you guys do not commit. That's the issue. You guys do not commit into what you want. So I told him, hey, if you commit, you'll be a D1 player, because he wanted to play D1. I was like, that means you might have to go to showcases. That means you have to, wake up early to weight lift. You have to do a lot of things that most people don't do. And he's like, I wanted it. And I was like, all right. I was like, commit. And he committed. He went from 165 to now he's at 195 pounds, and his exit velo went from 72 to 93 now, and now he's just a different beast. And now he's getting schools reaching out to him, D1 schools. But this whole entire year he ate right, he weight lift right. We had him on a weight lift plan. He's squatting like 440, 450. He's like getting up there, and he's deadlifting a lot too. Like, he's literally turned himself to an animal. But he committed all year, and now he's a different player, and now he's getting seen. So it's the same thing with you. If you commit, you got to commit though. Got to commit. And if you're half foot in, half foot out, it's not going to work. You can't go into the batter's box saying, I might get a hit. That ain't going to work. You ain't going to get no hits.
Yeah.
So,
well, all right, Coach.
All right.
I appreciate the advice, man.
Yeah, man.
We got 2 weeks before the high school season starts. So
I'm excited for you, man. You're gonna dominate.
appreciate it, Coach.
All right, man.
Keep in touch.
Sounds good. I'll see you next week.
All right.
All right. Roxanne,
Yes, how you doing?
who's this?
I'm Bomani. I'm just on my mom's account.
Who is it?
My name is Bomani.
Bomani. What's going on, Bo?
Nothing much. How about you?
I can't complain. Kim, how old are you?
I'm 14.
14 years old. How tall are you? How much you weigh?
I'm 5'8" and weigh 140.
Okay. All right, nice. Okay. So what's going on, man? What's where you from right now? Where you at?
I live in Vegas.
Hey, my family lives in Vegas. My mom lives in Vegas. So I'm gonna be out there visiting. If I go out there, we definitely got to link up. I want to see what see what's going on.
Yeah, I got this video because last week during spring break I played this tournament, and so we make videos after each tournament. So I just want to share like this video with you and see what you think about my swing.
For sure, man. Yeah, I think you waited this long just to have me look at your video. For sure, I'll look at it. You sent it to me right now, right?
Yeah, I put it in the chat.
Can you send it to my email address? Because I think once I've finished with this, I'm not going to be able to see it. My email address is official Jermaine Curtis at gmail.com. You sent it?
No, I'm just typing in the email right now.
Okay. Yeah, we'll send it over, man. I'll check it out and then see how you're doing, man.
All right, I sent it. It came from Roxanne Satterfield at gmail.com.
All right, perfect. Well, all right, thanks, Bo. I appreciate you.
All right.
I'll check it out and then I'll message you through email.
All right. Thank you.
All right. All right, bye. So let me ask answer a few more questions, and then I'll get out of here. This is our longest show right here. What are your thoughts on Ken Griffey Jr.? He's the GOAT, one of the best all time. He's the one that inspired me to play baseball, and I love the guy, man. He's the best. He's the best. How do you find your natural batting stance? I was one of those people that tried different batting stance. So that one it's a little bit interesting question because I changed a lot. But just go with whatever your body feels comfortable. I like to have like a little bit open stance. It felt way more comfortable than being closed or normal. So that was what I did. But you need to find yourself. What I would first do is ask or watch MLB players, and which players do you get drawn to? Look at those guys. Look at those players, and like which batting stance do you like, and then try them out. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna find like your flavor with their batting stance and mix it all in. I used to be like Ken Griffey Jr. when I was younger. I used to bat like him. And then I started batting like Jay Buhner, which was a weird one, but I started batting like him. And then, I started as I grow older, I started, crafting my own swing out with a mix of a lot of different people. So try some things out and it'll naturally come to you. Jerry says, Jermaine, what are your thoughts on virtual reality programs for seeing pitches in the offseason, etc.? Why not? That'd be awesome. Virtual reality, that's cool. It's going to be in the game soon. People are going to start using that to get better. Might as well start doing it now. I think that's awesome. Yeah, why not? That's cool. I need to try those things out. I really want to try it out and see how it works. So anyways, guys, I want to thank you guys for watching. It's been an hour and 54 minutes. And we've had a great show tonight. This one was one of the best, and I was unsure since it was so late, but it turned out to be a great one. So I want to thank you guys for watching. I'm going to get out of here and eat because I'm starving. And you guys have a good night. Tomorrow I might be going live again. So be on the lookout for that. And we'll get more into it. So thank you guys. And I'm signing out.